Are cocktail shrimp curing climate change? The answer later.
It's January 30th, 2024, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel, and it's Casual Tuesday. Hooray! Although, this is a $1,000 sweatshirt and a $20 sport coat. New Hampshire held the first presidential primary last week. The ceremonial first vote took place in Dixville Notch, a precinct made up of only 6 total people. Nikki Haley won all 6 votes, and Joe Biden won 20,000 mail-in ballots. A man with close ties to convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, who is himself accused of 26 separate instances of sexual assault, including a 1994 case where the victim was only 13 years old, won the aforementioned New Hampshire Republican primary last week. Congratulations! Saudi Arabia recently opened the country's first liquor store, although it's for non-Muslims only. This has already led to hundreds of men and women being arrested for drunk driving. The men for being drunk and the women for driving. Sketchworks Wrapped opens Friday night. The show features some of our favorite sketches of 2023 and runs February 2nd, 3rd, 9th, and 10th at Limelight Theater here in Atlanta. But good news if you don't live here in Atlanta. We'll be doing a multi-cam live stream of each performance. Follow the link in the description below or scan the code for our link tree to get your live stream tickets and watch us from wherever in the world you are. The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers, the teams that nobody wanted to see in the Super Bowl, will indeed be in the Super Bowl. Congratulations to Taylor Swift for her first ever Super Bowl appearance. If all goes well, she may even make the cut for the Pro Bowl. A life-sized bronze statue of Jackie Robinson was torn down and stolen from a park in Wichita, Kansas. The vandals said they tore down the statue to protest Jackie's controversial and dated belief in equality for all.
Are fruit making you blind? The answer later.
Sunday, activists from the French militant group Food Response threw soup at the Mona Lisa. But after taking a second look, they should have thrown her a salad instead. Paris police later discovered the group's plan to dump cottage cheese on the Eiffel Tower and to pelt Van Gogh's self-portrait with a grilled cheese sandwich. A Colombian man staged an elaborate carjacking so he could propose to his girlfriend. Sources say the Medellin cartel has offered to provide the stolen gifts, weapons, and cocaine-filled party favors for the couple's wedding. Oh, isn't that sweet? Here's why you should never read the comment section. You might get as fired up as Sketchworks NewsBrake correspondent Tim Millard did after he saw what one person had to say.
Imagine my surprise. I'm on my computer, and I'm looking at comments from faithful viewers of Sketchworks NewsBrake, and I see a comment from someone who says, "I'm coming for your job, Tim." Well, who the hell would be coming for my job? I'll tell you who it is. Brian Panowich. Oh, you don't know who Brian Panowich is? He's an acclaimed author, someone who's received praise from the likes of the New York Times, Esquire magazine, and the Associated Press. Well, guess what, Brian? You're going to be in a new publication, My Enemies List. In fact, I'm going to add you to my list right now. Hold on. There, see that? You're on my enemies list now. What are you going to do about it? Oh, you're going to still come for me? Well, I don't think you're going to come for me, Mr. Panowich. You know why? You don't want to come for my job. I don't get paid to do any of this. Number two, you're not going to do it because you don't want to make yet another bad decision. Oh, what do you mean, yet another bad decision, Tim? Well, I know you've already made a bad decision. You know what that bad decision was? You hired Brian Troxel to narrate your audiobooks. when you could have hired me. Oh, you don't know what you're missing? Well, Brian, let me give you a sample. He fumbled the phone out of the pocket of his Adidas windbreaker and read the name on the display. Bobby Turo. Arnie wiped a sweaty palm on his pants and then held the phone to his ear. Bobby, is everything all good? Did you get back safe? Yeah, man. Smooth sailing. Is William okay? Yeah. We went right where you asked me to. Arnie's heart slowed a beat. And you walked him in, right? You gotta walk him in. And you gotta stay there with him. Bobby, don't you fucking leave him. You can't just break him from his routine. He'll freak out. Sounds like you're the one freaking out. Take it easy. He's fine. He knew more about what he was doing than I did. Calm down, bro. Regretting your decision now, Brian? Well, you should. But don't worry. You can still right that wrong and get off my enemies list. How can you do that? Just hire me for your next audiobook. You can reach out to me through Sketchworks Comedy. But until then, you coming for my job, Brian? Well, when you come at the king, you best not miss. I think I read that somewhere once. For Sketchworks NewsBrake, I'm Tim Millard. And don't you forget it, Brian. Panowich, not Troxel.
Thank you, Tim. Brian Panowich's newest novel, Nothing But the Bones, will be released on April 16th, with me performing the audiobook. Out this week is my audiobook performance of The County Line by Steve Weddle. Both will be available wherever fine audiobooks are sold. So pick them up! Due to San Francisco's drug and crime problem, the toy store that inspired Toy Story will close its doors after 86 years. And since it will become a strip club, you can still get a Buzz and a Woody. Heading south from there, the San Antonio Zoo's Valentine's fundraiser is back, which allows you to name a cockroach, rat, or vegetable after your ex that will then be fed to its animals. "I'll take one of each," said Pete Davidson.
Alright, this is Andy and Jason from Malefic. We're here to say congratulations to Sketchworks Comedy on your 204th episode.
Yes, that's what we're here to
Is
say.
it an episode?
Yes.
Is it an episode?
Series? Franchise.
Franchise? Yeah, sure.
Hey, NewsBrake, congratulations on episode 204! We keep making episodes! I keep doing these congratulations on this number episode! It's gotta stop! It's gotta stop, Brian! I've gotta stop! Anyway, congratulations on episode 204! Let's keep going here!
An exploration team claims it may have found Amelia Earhart's long-lost plane nearly 16,000 feet deep in the Pacific Ocean. There's only one way to find out. Cram a bunch of people into a tiny and poorly made submarine that's powered by a PlayStation controller and see if they survive. Thank you, Malefic, for dropping by the show today. If you like music, Babs doesn't, by the way, then be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already and do all the other YouTube things. Also, check out our link tree so you can find out more about everything we're doing, like our summer sketch comedy camps for kids and teens. Sign your child up by the end of July and you'll get $300 off. Oh my goodness, you can't beat that. And that ends our gratuitous plug segment. Scientists announced the world's first successful embryo transfer in a white rhino. After word got out that the rhino is now able to get pregnant, she was immediately ghosted. A report in the American Journal of Infection Control, or AJIC, finds closing the toilet lid before flushing does not stop the spread of germs. The CDC and the World Toilet Organization recommend replacing your toilet after each flush, or do your business in your yard. That's what I do.
Can poinsettias predict the future? The answer later.
A woman in Milwaukee found her elderly terrier named Bear in a local bar after escaping from the backyard one night. Sources say Bear was promptly kicked out of the bar after trying to order a Pete's Wicked Ale. Bear's really, really old. Give him a break, y'all. WWE founder Vince McMahon resigned from his position last week after being accused of sexual abuse, including defecating on a female employee's head. The employee said she normally wouldn't have cared, but McMahon ate too much corn. The world's largest cruise ship, Icon of the Seas, set off from Miami to the Caribbean for its maiden voyage. Sources say the 1,187-foot-long ship has 7,000 drunk passengers, a 20,000-square-foot all-you-can-eat buffet, and a 500-foot hologram of Captain Steubing from the Love Boat. Why not Julie, Isaac, or Gopher? They were much cooler. But not as cool as Bernie Capel. Note that I didn't say as cool as Doc, I said as cool as Bernie Capel. The Arby's Foundation paid off the outstanding school lunch debt in a suburban Atlanta school district. The good news is that children who can't afford a school lunch will not be forced to have a cheese sandwich and milk. The bad news is those children will now have to eat Arby's food.
Cocktail shrimp, fruit poinsettias. What's the answer? The answer is no. But thank you for watching.
That's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxel. Say hi to your mom for me. Tell her to listen to audiobooks. Especially mine.
Folks, if I were smart, I'd say thank you and leave.